Good evening. This is Kari-chan, and we are going to start part 5 because I am really curious about what happened after Isabella learned on the news that her friend and coworker Rose is now dead, even though she just saw her that morning. So, yeah, I'm kind of curious. The news said yesterday they found a dead body in her apartment, and it was her. But Rose and Zach and the priest saw her, and she was with Hannah and that douchebag of a rich guy, Luke, whatever his name is. His name could be Leonard for all I freaking care. I don't know. The pompous dick. But I'm not. I'm just kind of like, how the fuck did that happen? And then all that writing on the wall. So I want to continue. I want to know what happened. So we're gonna get started right now. No more bullshit. Yeah, let's do this. A buzzing sensation jolts me awake. My body still wants to sleep, to forget what I heard, what I saw last night. But it's still there, nudging, prodding at me. Slowly, I become aware of how awkward my position is, and the aches that accompany sleeping in a curled up position the night before, if I even slept at all. The memories are impossible to forget now that Rose is gone. They say it's easier when you say it out loud. Instead, the words weigh heavier on me each time. She's gone. Gone because of me. Okay, you don't know that yet, although, yeah, the words "help me" were scrawled out in blood all over the walls. But that could have been the murderer that they were talking about. He has the same, I forgot the word. I'm drawing a blank here, but if you all know it, then that's the word I'm talking about. Signature. Sorry. Gone because of one letter I was too curious to look at. I should have been more careful. I should have just kept my mouth shut. I should have destroyed it before anyone else had gotten involved. I should have... The notification light on my laptop blinks incessantly, mockingly, when I look at it, as if it's calling me back to a sense of normalcy. I check it, nevertheless, out of habit more than anything. Alright, so strict attendance required today, from Joanne Schultz. To all BRC employees, in light of the recent events, there will be an all-staff emergency meeting from 1 o'clock p.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. Attendance is a must. Company changes, new hierarchy, and policies will all be discussed during the meeting. Everyone is expected to bring a copy of their own attendance logs and sales reports for the last 6 months to be submitted to your respective managers for review. We are expecting everyone's cooperation. Thank you, Joanne Alice Schultz, BRC HR Manager. If this were one of those typical days, I'd happily comply and get myself to our office. Today my limbs just feel heavy. On one hand, going will keep me busy, take my mind elsewhere. On the other, the place in itself is a stark reminder of what my own fears have cost me. I should just... do they know that Rose is dead? Of course. If Rose is truly dead, then that letter, that email, especially HR, you'd think they would have sent something about, in light of events, instead of saying, bring work with you because we're going to discuss it. They would say, we're holding an emergency conference to discuss the latest development of an employee or something to that effect. Shit. So, let's see. A good friend and co-worker You just found out a good friend and coworker died, and you found that out over the news. You barely got any sleep. Would you stay home or go to work? I don't know. I mean, if you went to work, it's a constant reminder. Fuck that. Stay home, woman. My hand automatically moves to press the delete button. Yes, let's pretend we didn't even read it. What's the use? I won't be able to work anyway. Not with this weighing on me. Not with the images flashing in my mind. Not with these voices calling for me. Over and over and over. I flop back down on my bed and discard the phone on the nest of pillows beside me. The TV is still running, I notice vaguely, having been left open the night before, though I have no desire nor interest in it now. Rose is dead, and it's all my fault. Shoving a pillow over my head, I make an attempt to sleep again. I think there was supposed to be 2 in there. I make an attempt to sleep again. Anything just so I won't feel this heavy feeling in my chest. A cheerful voice with a tinge of hesitance greets me when I answer the sudden call.
Hey there! How are you feeling?
Somebody doesn't know.
Good morning, Becca.
You sound cheery for someone who just found out your close friend and coworker just kicked the bucket.
I just want to check on you. I heard the news. How are you doing?
So do you. Geez, I guess people dying is kind of normal since you guys act a little normal. Actually, you sound a lot normal, like you didn't even... Whatever. It's as if her question has opened a dam of emotions I've been keeping at bay.
Becca, Rose, she... Shh, it's okay. I know. I'm sorry. I know how much she means to you. No, you don't understand! This is what I've been telling you guys! What you've been telling... Alright. Tell you what. Why don't we eat dinner together today? I heard the diner near your office is serving your favorite today. My treat?
Bitch, didn't you hear what she said? Her friend died. What makes you think she wants to go out and cajole with you? Oh, good lord. Hell no.
No, I'm not at the office. Ugh, never mind. We're not safe. Not anywhere.
Okay, I didn't expect you to go psycho crazy on like that.
What are you talking about? And don't shout. I was just inviting you to help take your mind off things.
I'm sorry. How is eating dinner right at a restaurant that's right next to the office where she happened to have her friend that just died helping her forget about things? What kind of friend are you, lady?
The letter! This again? Ghosts aren't real, Isabella. They're just stories made up to scare children.
Sweet Jesus, you said you were going to help her and then you scold her like that? Oh, dear Lord.
You're always saying that, but look what happened to Rose. I know what I saw. The police says it's a homicide case. Didn't you see what's in her room? That's not something another human being would do.
Actually, you don't know that many human beings. Well, not psychopathic, but crazy human beings. The sociopaths. They would probably pull some shit like that.
Come on, Rebecca! You have to believe me this time!
She's not gonna, but okay.
Isabella, I know you're in shock, but you have to wait for the authorities' findings. You can't just make assumptions based on some stupid letter you picked up somewhere. You're still not going to believe me, even if someone else already died, no? You know that's not what I'm trying to get at.
Wait, who died the first time?
What if Zach comes next? Or Ashton? Or you? Did you see what she did to Rose? We're all completely powerless against her, and you still won't listen! Isabella, enough already. Where are you anyway? At home? Of course you're at home. I'm coming over.
Oh dear. Forget it. The same. They're all the same, no matter how much you warn them. I let the phone slide off from my grip and turned my attention to the news. Never mind that Becca's still on the line. She's never going to listen anyway. They never will. I'm all alone in this. At the end of the day, no matter how gloomy the headlines are, it's still a better...
The Luxbon Police Department continues its search for the following reported missing people.
Hold on a second. Missing? Aren't they? Still, I've got to check. Frantic, I open my laptop. The loud tapping of my fingers against the keys fills the room for the rest of the day as I look through everything. The background about the place, its history from the current owners, and list of employees hired under BRC. The night has fallen by the time I finish going through my copies of the documents in our database. And I'm right. Of course I am. BRC may have a lot of staff, they may have a lot of agents hired, but I'd remember those names anywhere. No shit. After all, they're also part of the crew who worked with us in preparing the mansion for the open house. No shit. Did they read the letter too, or was it just that they set foot in the mansion? Oh, this is freaky. Then the letters... No, that can't be. I hope it's not what I'm thinking.
But Rose is...
My train of thought gets cut off when arms envelope me from behind. Wait, what? I couldn't help but laugh. Aww. When Becca says she's going to do something, you can be sure she'll do it. Is that really Becca? I mean, that looks like her sweater, but I don't like this picture. I don't like this picture.
You didn't have to come over, you know. You have classes tomorrow, don't you?
Please be Becca, please be Becca, please be Becca, please be Becca.
And I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean to yell.
Please be Becca, please be Becca, please be Becca.
I just didn't want what happened to Rose to happen to you, Zach and Ashton. I wouldn't forgive myself. I think I figured out something too.
Wait, does Becca have your key? Isn't the front door right there? You didn't hear the front door open? Oh shit! Oh shit!
Listen, Rebecca, sorry. I need to answer that. I've skipped work today.
Oh shit.
Rose is gone and my boss is probably beyond furious. No doubt that's him calling.
Oh shit. Oh shit. She doesn't budge. Is she still angry? Oh shit. The phone's still ringing in the background.
Rebecca? What's gotten into you?
Oh shit. Oh shit. You've unlocked a memory fragment. Wait, was that it? Wait. Relationship. Oh. Shit, did I kill Isabella? Did I? Oh, damn. Oh, wait. Journal. Okay. Isabel Santos holds herself in her apartment the whole day after the devastating news of her mentor's death. More disappearances were reported, and that morning, most of them faces she was familiar with. She ended up having an argument with Rebecca Gales and ultimately refused the latter's invitation for dinner. Okay, and then next day, nothing happened. Oh. Well, I just killed Isabella. How about that, guys? I'm pretty sure I killed Isabella. Yep, I totally killed Isabella. Well, damn. Maybe she should have gone to dinner? But not Rose, but Becca was... Shit. Whoops. Okay, now we're on to Hannah. Let's continue, shall we? It is far too easy to get them to pay attention enraptured. Let me try that again. It is far too easy to get them to pay attention enraptured. They hang on to my every word and follow my every move. All of it would have been stifling had I not grown used to such stares. Most are respectful, some are hostile if we were honest, and a few are downright inappropriate. After all, I am...
Kinda right!
Nice. There's a moment of agitation as a familiar, but less than welcome face approaches me with a suggestive smirk on his face. Hey, you look like the priest if you had the, priest garb on. Yeah. You're probably a nobody, that's why. Of course, I have to keep a benevolent smile and greet him as I greet any good friend. After all, this man can turn heads, being famous in his own right.
Officer Lee! What a pleasant surprise. I didn't think you'd have the time to attend tonight's party.
He is more Luke's friend than mine, really, and I am quite sure I only invited his wife. Much like I am only friends with the chief inspector because of Luke, Luke is only friends with Rochelle because of me. Unlike how I treated Lee, however, Luke never hid his animosity for the Lee matriarch. It was an odd sort of friendship where we would have awkward double dates. I sound like I'm reading this in a very pompous attitude. Carrying on. I don't even recall his first name. It started with an N, I think. I might be wrong. Aside from being Chief Inspector of Luxembourg Police, his wife, Rochelle Lee Ney Vance, owns a General Electronics company. Fridges and freezers mostly.
Oh, I always have time for my favourite socialite couple. Might I say, you look positively ravishing tonight. I see the husband isn't with you.
Your point? The way he eyes me is enough to make my skin crawl. I just wish Luke is here to fend off the more unseemly of our peers. You know the ones. Men who are just a bit too friendly, staring too long at my assets and getting close just because my husband is not here. And to think they have the gall to do this at my own party. In my own house, if I might add. But like any high society girl worth her salt, I know how to handle it with grace and dignity.
I suppose you are looking pleasant as well. Luke's busy with work, unfortunately. Rochelle isn't here?
A shame. I do hope he isn't causing you much trouble. That husband of yours can be a bit daft sometimes, acting like he's still some young bachelor. The wife sends her regards and her apologies, but something came up with her doctor and she needed to attend to it. You know her, being pregnant and all.
We make small talk. Rather, I'm forced to do so, as he would not leave my side after finding his place there. Much to my chagrin. Okay, I don't do well with very rich-sounding words. That's one of them. Anyway. I've been intricated from the few who flock in hopes of flattering, for I can tolerate them far better than Lee. He is a nice enough person, and I adore his wife, who is obviously the brains behind the two. But there is something unsettling about him. I do not trust him as much as I want to. He regaled to me tales of the Luxembourg Police Department, a different affair to the usual gossip I am privy to, and, though I loathe to admit, is interesting nonetheless. I expect the topic of business to die out quickly, which would be understandable enough due to the confidential nature of his work. But oh boy, was I wrong.
So, wearing civvies, I steal and drive off with one of the police mobiles, right? In the mirror, I see the new tank chasing on foot and screaming about theft.
I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to tell her that.
The look on his face was priceless when I parked in the garage.
Garage.
Oh my. You made him chase you all the way home for a prank. What did Rochelle have to say about that?
Rochelle has a strange love and hate affair with Lee. He is a married man who did not grow up past his early 20s, judging by the way he acts. Surprisingly enough, they've been married for a good 20 years. A lifetime if you compare it to my marriage of 7 years with Luke. I, on the other hand, well, Luke is no Lee. I should be happy about that, I suppose. Although, my darling did have his moments.
Hey, the wife pulled my ear and gave me a good talking to, though. Besides, we live in a flat a block away, so it wasn't much of a grand chase.
Weren't you living in a house near the countryside?
Moved for work, you know. Or you probably don't.
No, I don't. But a flat in downtown? I suppose if that's what you like.
Oh, it's horrid. Hate that tiny place, no matter how convenient it can be for work. 55 square yards are not enough when you need to get away from the wife.
Okay, if you're trying to get in her pants, you're doing a pretty shitty job.
I wouldn't mind a place away from the city. Even started looking at the ads. I spied an interesting lot, actually. Heard it was finally put up for sale. Or that something mansion, you know the one with all the ghost stories.
Can you breathe? I know what he's talking about. There are really only a few urban legends around here. It's...
The Ermagood Mansion?
That's the one. Worthy of a king it is. I'd buy it myself, but Rochelle would only gripe if I brought it up to her. Not to mention all the expenses a place like that will be a real fixer-upper. You also have to find someone willing to work there with how superstitious people can be.
If it becomes a problem, just hire someone to do an exorcism.
Actually, I do know of someone who could be up to the task.
Your doppelganger?
You remember the Ludgates party at their Christchurch summer residence?
Of course. It was an excellent soiree. Everything was so classy, too. Such good taste.
Oh, that place was a pigsty until they hired out this interior designer and they turned it into a bloody palace. She worked for the Exodus for their apartment in Soho too, and they recommended her when we were looking up pieces for our beach house in Porto Colom.
Okay, you're a chief inspector and you own a beach house? How much do chief inspectors make? Huh? I'm in the wrong profession.
I think I have a business card No, I must have left it in my other jacket. Anyway, she's called, what's her name? Marianne, I believe, yes. But truly, if anyone were to get that place in McCullough, well, they'd be the envy and the talk of the town.
Well, if you put it that way, I might just snatch it up for myself. This place was starting to feel a bit small lately anyway.
Sure, a 3-story penthouse might not fit the definition of small for some people. Rich people. Gotta love them. Okay, maybe a lot of people. Thank you. But it isn't big enough to have grand parties in. As it is, I only invite about 30 people to this one, and it already feels cramped in here. It certainly would be nice if I didn't have to ride an elevator up and down several floors before I can get anywhere as well. All Luke's words and not mine. Besides, I have been looking for a good anniversary gift. Luke might like this one. Where is he anyway? Luke is dressed to the nines as he usually is, and he looks ready for whatever the day will throw at him. His butler and valet wait at his side, just in case he isn't as ready as he looks. Oh sure, that is normal. What is confusing me is the fact that he is on his way out of the penthouse, considering we won't have anywhere to go until much later.
Where are you going?
I am to attend the Triad Autumn Tasting. I do believe I informed you of this 2 weeks ago.
Yes. And might I remind you that I had stricken that off your schedule? Because 1, the doctor told you to stop consuming so much alcohol. And 2, I informed you a few days ago about the open house we are going to attend in its place. I've even found this marvelous interior designer, Mary Ann McCullough.
It's a 3.5-hour drive to Cardiff. I don't have time for this. This is like that little party you threw all over again. You don't inform me of it, and you expect me to stay and be a gracious host when I have business elsewhere.
Well, they're not the lovely couple.
You know how I operate, Hana. Unless this was penciled in, I am sticking to my schedule.
Pompous.
If I may intrude, the madam is correct. Your physician did insist you moderate your drinking, unless you wish to incur acute pancreatitis.
Thank you, Butler.
And you did have this open house penciled in last Wednesday morning.
Ha!
Bullocks, I don't remember doing so.
Of course not. She just said she did it.
Well, you did. While very hungover, in fact.
Oh, you did it. He did. Moaned about me being too loud, but gave in after some pushing. Perhaps that was a bit too cruel and manipulative of me, but...
Whose side are you on?
Come on, Luke. You promised we'd do whatever I want this weekend.
Gordon Bennett, fine. I am giving this house tour of yours a chance. But if it proves to be a waste of time, I am going to Cardiff, and you are going to take a cab home.
Excuse me, bitch?
Are we clear?
Huh? It's just a bit of a husband and wife tit for tat, isn't it? All couples have their arguments. Once the honeymoon phase is over, as they seem to call it, reality sets in that you and your partner might not always see eye to eye. Perhaps it's been the years. 7 of them is nothing to scoff at.
I just cannot bloody believe I agreed to this. I was really looking forward to the triad tasting.
Though sometimes I think it's something a bit more than just simple disagreements, and I have to stop myself from wondering where we went wrong.
There's always the triad Christmas tasting in Manchester next month, and that'll only be an hour-and-a-half drive.
Have I been neglectful? Have I offended? Have I acted shamefully?
Yes, but Cardiff.
Certainly, any problem can be discussed. As long as he doesn't turn me away.
Well, there goes my good mood. Are you happy now, Hana?
Delighted. Why must he treat me this way? I don't know, but I wouldn't let him I wouldn't stand for that. Get him.
Yes, I am very happy, Luke. Because for once in a very long time, we are doing what I want.
Ha.
I'm ecstatic. Understood? And this would be perfect if you stop acting like a child who needs their nappy changed.
Because you are acting like one.
We will be leaving after lunch for the Ermengarde mansion. You are going to park your rear in the car and keep mum. And you are going to behave during the tour.
Needless to say, Luke looks a bit shocked at my little outburst. He opened and closed his mouth a few times, struggling to reply, before he crosses his arms to look like, well, a moping child. Yeah, I figured she wore the pants in this relationship.
Any more rules for this little excursion of yours, Your Highness?
No wine.
No wine? Unacceptable! I am already not allowed to the tasting, and you would deprive me of that simple pleasure?
If I see you take one sip today, I will put the stocks under lock and key. Do you understand me?
Don't forget the bottles he keeps in his dresser.
Whose side are you on?
How many times in one day can you ask that?
As many times as I need you, traitor!
The ride to the mansion is quiet, with Luke having stared out the window the entire way, not paying attention to anything around him. Meanwhile, I am conflicted. I don't know if I should apologize for changing its plans like that. Why? But by the time we arrive at the mansion, I see his eyes light up in genuine interest. Apologizing is the last thing on my mind. The whole affair with the Ermengarde mansion is certainly an interesting experience. The place had been renovated and restored by the owners to what they claim to be acceptable standards. The mansion itself looks like something befitting a fairy tale or a period piece. It is tastefully decorated, and with a little bit of love and attention, I'm sure it can be a place Luke and I can call home. And the number of our prospective buyers that have come from the powerful and wealthy of Luxbourne certainly did not disappoint, marking this estate as prime property. The Lees are amongst the group who went with the Rose woman, and I saw a few other notable faces, though I did not really feel like mingling. Unfortunately for every one of them, the Wrights are interested in buying. What's been bugging my mind, however, is that Isabel. What is her problem? I still don't quite understand what is happening. One moment she is scrambling to give us the paperwork to finalize the sale. Then she is panicking over some sort of prank letter or another.
Dear me, is Isabel all right?
Aw, you sound so caring when I know you're not. It is apparent, with the way she shakes by the pallor of her skin, something has really shaken her up.
Isabella, do you need me to call that ambulance?
I am worried, but it will be best if she is attended to by someone more familiar to her, like her partner. But even then, the girl refuses Rose's offered drink and looks just about ready to make a run for it.
No, I'm just feeling a bit out of it. Excuse me, I'll be back. I just need to catch my breath.
And she does so, just as I predicted, and her partner follows like a concerned mother. There is an awkward air among us as we are left in the wake of whatever that was. The others murmur and gossip with each other, speaking of the poor, daft girl and telling the tale to whoever was not audience to the act in the first place. It doesn't take too long for the woman Rose to return and pull us aside into the study for what I rightfully assume is damage control. Rose invites Marianne in too, hoping to apologize to her as well. But the woman refuses, saying she is not one of her clients anyway. That leaves myself, Rose, and Luke, the last all too eager to make himself comfortable in a study he's no doubt already claimed as his own.
I can't apologize enough about what just happened. Please forgive Isabella. She's been under a lot of pressure lately. She's young, and all those rumors about this being haunted just got to her head. And it must be this terrible heat, too. Not a drop of rain for days now.
Are you sure it is wise to just let her go like that? Where is the poor dear? She might get hurt.
She's more likely to hurt somebody else, given what just happened.
I told her to sit down and take a break. Already rang someone to pick her up, too.
That might be for the best, dear. But please, we're here to talk about the mansion, yes? Why, I absolutely adore it! Don't you, Luke? Some of the rooms will certainly have to be repurposed. We want to change the appliances and have Marianne lead on the decor, but the whole thing is just lovely.
I guess. It's certainly a lot roomier than our penthouse.
Exactly! Lots of space for guests, parties, a lot of room for little ones to run around too.
We know where her mind's at.
Let's not discuss that right now, Buttercup.
We know where his mind is not.
Anyway, I do think it would be a shame to let this mansion slip past us.
But you haven't even finished touring the house.
Well, we like what we've seen.
I am making her job easier for her, am I not? No need for loans or long price negotiations. We can just sign a contract and close the deal. Really, you'd think the woman would be more happy about an easy sale. I know how these estate agents work, how long they had to wait, and how much they had to spend even just for a single sale. Why, she should be jumping for joy by now. I'm sure the commission on this mansion is nothing to sneeze at, even if she has to split it with that Isabel girl.
Do you think we could have horses here?
Yes, those do sound nice, love.
I don't think she gives a crap. She'll give you whatever she wants as long as she can get her hands on this house.
Anyway, if anyone else is interested in buying this property, I assure you that I'm able and willing to give a better offer.
Oh, dear Lord.
A vineyard would be nice. Or maybe
And we do reward our people quite generously, Rose. So if I were you, I would start on that paperwork.
Helicopter pad.
Dude. I pause. And there's a small moment of complete silence where Rose and I just stare incredulously at Luke. It is an unspoken understanding, a rule between the two of us that we have to put on an act. With our social standing, where image matters, it is also important to avoid making enemies. And to follow this rule is an easy feat for me. From youth, I have been the well-trained social butterfly, gracious and graceful. Luke, on the other hand...
Wait, what, Luke? No, what? Whatever would we need a helipad for?
Well, he likes to play the fool sometimes, even if he is anything but. As he throws me a wry smile, I shake my head and beckon Rose over. This is to be our home, and there is nothing she or anyone else can do to change my mind. This is a place that speaks of power and importance, and at the same time of safety and comfort. Perhaps we can even have our family here. There is definitely no better gift than this for a special date. Why, everything here is absolutely wonderful. Well, except for this ugly painting in the study. Jesus Christ almighty, what the fuck? Ugh! It looks like a bad fake of an Edvard Munch painting.
Here's the deal. I'm willing to pay 10% higher than your listing price. If anyone tries to outbid us, just add another 5%. I doubt anyone can, of course.
Jesus.
Or, you know what? Just add 15% to the listing price and we can sign all the paperwork now.
Hot damn, woman. You know, must be nice not having to worry about, the layman person problems. I mean, you want something, you just name the price and it is yours. Oh hell, don't even name the price, just know the price and add another 15%. Like, it's not a big deal. It's not gonna break your bank. I'm being bitter.
I guess, if that's what you want. That won't be any trouble. I don't have all the papers now. Didn't think this would be a quick sell. I'll have copies sent to you so you can look over them. And if you'd still like to finish the rest of the tour with Isabella's group, you're more than welcome to.
No, I think we're good here. We'd appreciate a private tour of the place a lot more, I think.
All right. Should I let Marianne in, then?
Marianne? Oh, right. She's been waiting outside the study this whole time, hasn't she? I'll need to have a little chat with her to move this little mansion project forward.
Please do.
There is a look of apprehension when the other woman enters the study. Yet, like a professional, I see the moment when she steels herself and masks her worry. Admirable.
We have this project, then?
Of course. Will you be needing anything from us?
Having the floor plans would be a great start, just so that I can look at them beforehand. And if you could tell me when you're available for a meeting so that I can include it in my calendar?
Oh, is a meeting really all that necessary, Marianne? I guess we can send Johans to help you out. You two can start by getting rid of this ugly painting.
Did you have to show it again? Jesus! Man! Fuck, I saw it! It's hideous! It's ugly! Who the fuck? I don't think that's a painting. Ah! A hush falls upon the groom at my request.
What painting?
Huh? And lo and behold, the painting is gone. Oh, fuck. In its place, a mirror stands, which leaves me to look at my own confused expression.
Odd. Well, no matter.
How easily you brush that off your shoulders.
Back to the topic at hand. Marianne, dear, we are simply far too busy to meet up.
Or perhaps maybe I should... Oh, come on. Your husband's a pompous dick, but you don't have to be. And it's your house. You really want to leave it up to your husband's butler to decide how to decorate? I don't think you'd be acceptable of that. Come on, honey. Do the work.
But I guess we can free up a day to meet with you.
Yes, you can.
I don't really need another Maudlin Monday reading about Maury anyway. The book club can function without me for one day. What time shall we be seeing each other? How does lunch sound?
Besides, my house has a higher priority over book club. Why, we can hold the next meeting in this place. Surely the beauty and grandeur of it all will inspire spirited and lively debates about whether modern-day writers could match up to the classics. I might as well clear up the rest of my week to handle whatever affairs buying this mansion requires of me. Any social activity can be put off until the Ermengarde, or rather, the Wrights Mansion's great debut. I'll have my fill of great parties and gatherings, especially when I organize them myself.
That sounds good. Although, with a project of this scope, we might need most of the day to tackle your concerns. A more thorough inspection of the place is also preferable.
Breakfast then. It's a date.
It's really not.
All right. Monday, 10 o'clock sharp. We'll see you then.
Actually, Marianne suggested that we meet at 9, but who is even awake at that unholy hour? Me? In front of my computer? Working, you little... I was lucky enough to wake up this morning before Luke went all the way to Cardiff. We say our goodbyes, shake hands, and make it clear without outright saying it that we now own this house. By the time we left the mansion grounds, sunset is almost upon us.
So, you really want to buy this place then? That's a bit of a big impulse buy, even coming from you. Not that I'm complaining.
Better not. I feel elation when I hear those words from him. It's not every day one is able to please someone like Luke. He gives away false flattery to sway those who starve for his attention and approval. But in the privacy of closed doors, he would often express his grievances. He neither censored himself in front of me, nor spared me from his criticism.
You have been saying the penthouse was getting a bit too small for you. Happy anniversary!
Oh. That time of the year already?
Shit! Dick! He forgot about it last year, too. I understand that he's a busy man, but busy with what? Drinking himself to an early grave? Honestly, I would just let him. His life insurance is good, right?
Is that why you want to buy it?
Yes. You don't like it?
I do. But I remember you used to talk about how you wanted to live next to the beach.
Botany Bay, Kent. I remembered the sea, water that stretched on for miles and miles as far as the eye can see. As a kid, I loved our beach trips, swimming all day as much as I could. I was a well-behaved child, and the only time I was ever truly difficult was when I refused to get out of the waters, even when my fingers had gone all wrinkly. And even when they managed to pull me out of the water, there was always sandcastles. The day before we married, I told Luke that I wanted a house on the beach and a dog. And a kid or two. None of those came true 7 years later.
That was a childish dream. Living next to the beach is so impractical if you really think about it.
I don't know. It's not a bad thought to see you in a bathing suit every day.
We know where your mind's at.
Maybe another time, love.
Aw.
We still have forever, don't we?
He says nothing, only grabbing my hand and holding it tight as we spend the rest of the ride home in silence. I miss the sea. Sick and hovering over the loo at 3 in the morning, the picture I paint right now is hardly glamorous. Are you pregnant? Ooh, but 3 in the morning's an eerie time. Gee. A horribly fishy taste is left in my mouth as I throw up what I had for dinner, and I hate the acrid stench that fills the lavatory. The burning sensation at the back of my throat is of no help whatsoever. I can feel another wave of nausea come up on me when the door opens.
Hana, what are you doing so early out of bed?
I'm fine, love. I must have just eaten something bad.
That's all I managed to say before vomiting again into the porcelain throne. Lovely.
Just go back to bed, Luke. I'm going to clean up here.
I refuse to look at him. I don't want him to see me like this. The last time I've had a horrible morning retching into a toilet was during my college years, being the life of the party. Thoughtless and shameless, I had thrown away months of frivolous merriment and pointless hookups. I didn't even retain any of the connections I had made from that time. Sure, they still know of me, and I still know of them, and we still do business from time to time, but I've lost touch with anyone who I didn't see on a daily basis. I hardly have any of the friends I had when I was still Hannah Evans, teachers, fellow university students, drinking buddies, and old conquests like Jack.
No, don't touch me, sweetie. It's disgusting.
Aw, he can be sweet. You're still a pompous dick.
I'm disgusting.
Luke sits next to me on the toilet floor to hold my hair enough as I cough up more fish. He wipes the vomit from the corner of my mouth and just stares.
Do I need to fire someone? I don't feel sick.
Just feeling a bit under the weather, dear. It's been unbearably hot as of late, hasn't it? I do wish it would rain.
Are you sure it wasn't those sweets? I told you not to eat those sweets.
Maybe. Well, don't laugh.
Well, I can't help if you make that sort of face.
He starts chuckling, and soon enough he's in a fit of laughter. This scene happening next to a loo filled with sick just makes the whole thing bizarre, and it nearly makes me start giggling as well. I try to stifle it, though, as I smack him on the shoulder.
I'm not making a face, Luke. Stop laughing. Shut up.
They're having such a sweet married life moment. When he would not stop laughing, I let myself go as laughter bubbles from my own throat, and I forget whatever ill feelings plagued me. We are just husband and wife, laughing together at a funny face, the little things in life. I let myself go because I know that these moments will not last forever. But if I just know the terrible things that are to come for us, I would have wished with everything I have then and there that the laughter stayed.
Up, higher. Come on now.
Okay, so we're going to take a break there tonight. I think quite a bit happened. I killed Isabella. Shit. Ah, well, off to a great start, aren't we? Let's hope I do a better job with Hannah. If Luke dies, I really don't care. But Hannah, I don't know. I don't have a good feeling for her yet. If my voice changed there, I am so sorry. It's just, I don't know. Her character just seemed kind of pompous and all that stuff, so I figured, hey, let's read it like a pompous prick. Well, or sort of, or try and fail miserably. It was a subconscious thing. I have no control over it. I'm sorry. I bet you when well, no. I'll try not to do that with Zach. I have no promises about Ashton. Or I make no promises about Ashton. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.